Welcome to the Sportsbook Review weekly feature, Games Too Risky to Bet, along with Troy West of TroyWins.com. I'm Joe Duffy of OffshoreInsiders.com, and each week we like to isolate a game that we think the betting public needs to avoid. Maybe there's too much uncertainty, there could be conflicting information, and in many cases a combination of both. And before I do get to Troy West of TroyWins.com, I do want to remind you, if you haven't already subscribed to Sportsbook Review's YouTube feed, you definitely want to do that. Please comment, like, subscribe, retweet this. It really helps us, and it tells us that you really want more videos just like this. And of course, there's many great personalities on Sportsbook Review. You do not want to miss a video. Well, Troy West, TroyWins.com. What game do you say is too risky to bet this week?
Yeah, Joe, the game I'm looking at is the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams that did not play good football on Sunday, and two teams that are in kind of awkward situations going into the final week of the NFL season. You've got the Philadelphia Eagles and Nick Foles locked up the #1 seed, but did not do it looking good whatsoever. You've got the Dallas Cowboys, who had a heartbreaking loss, get knocked out of the playoffs at home to the Seattle Seahawks. Which teams are going to show up here in the final week? Will the Dallas Cowboys come out and throw everything in the kitchen sink at the Philadelphia Eagles? Will they try to some guys in some new spots? Will we even see potentially Cooper Rush get a shot at quarterback? And then the Philadelphia Eagles, like I said, they locked down the #1 seed, but Nick Foles didn't look good. Their offense looked atrocious against a really bad Oakland team. So which Eagles teams is going to show up in this football game as well? Two teams going two different directions. I think there's a lot of question marks, Joe, and I just think it's a game too risky to bet. I'm going to stay away from this one.
Well, Troy, once this year we did agree on a game. We came very close to agreeing on this week, because that was a game that I definitely was strongly considering. But all in all, I went with Louisville against Mississippi State. So much uncertainty here. Of course, Mississippi State head coach Dan Mullen, he took off for Florida, took defensive coordinator Todd Grantham with him. The biggest story really is Nick Fitzgerald is out, the superstar quarterback for MSU. Freshman K'Tion Thompson, very talented. He takes over. Now, the odds makers have more than taken into consideration all the problems with Mississippi State. That's why they're actually a pretty big underdog in this game. But, you know, Mississippi State, they've had plenty of time to adjust, and this kid Thompson has enormous talent, so they can really use that to their advantage. They're going to have the element of surprise. They've got a talented quarterback there, and Louisville might be the team that's actually going to have to make those adjustments, in-game adjustments, because they're not going to have a lot of game film to base on. And like I said, Mississippi State with the long break, they've had that ability to really work him into the offense. And as a general rule of thumb, I kind of like these middle-rung SEC teams in bowl games. They've done very well. And part of the reason is the SEC, they usually get worn down with the big schedule, and then the rest benefits them a lot more. But, of course, this was kind of an off year for the SEC West, so will that theory really apply here? It may not necessarily do that. And then, of course, I have a couple of my best systems going head-to-head. Essentially, in the bowls, when you bet on a colder team, that is a good bet. When you bet on the team that was the worst spread team this year, that's usually a good bet. But here, we got Louisville overall was the worst spread team, but they're actually the much hotter team entering the postseason. So therefore, I do have some big metrics kind of going head-to-head. All in all, look, I know when I say there's a lot of uncertainty, you generally go with the big underdog. So if anything, maybe Mississippi State would be a decent percentage play, but still too much conflicting information. I also think it's just too hard to handicap with the coaching and the quarterback changes with Mississippi State. This game is just too risky to bet. So avoid Louisville and Mississippi State. Well, make sure you join Troy West and me next week when we talk about the games that are too risky to bet. And join Troy at his website, TroyWins.com, and me, Joe Duffy, at OffshoreInsiders.com, while I have my premium picks, and it's been a great football season so far at OffshoreInsiders.com. We will talk to you next week with Sportsbook Reviews, games too risky to bet.
Hello, SBR YouTube followers. I am Jojo, and before you go, I want to let you know about our new college football contest. As we all know, bowl season is right around the corner. And to add to that excitement, we are announcing our 15K College Bowl Handicapping Showdown. We are going to be awarding amazing prizes, and members from all over the world can join in on the fun. Join our forum, follow us on social media, and remember to share and like this video. I've been your host, Jojo, and until next time, thanks for watching.